Hello. How to manage your time efficiently. My name is Tashwin and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we go into our topic, please do click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can stay connected with me. I always post important things and I really wish that you could subscribe to our channel and stay connected with me. If you have any questions, you can comment below and I'll answer your question in the future videos. Thank you. Let's jump into today's topic. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Tip number 1, set clear goals and prioritize them. You see, this is very important. Make sure that when you set your goals, make sure in the first place, the goal should be something which is achievable. You don't set a goal which is highly impossible, because that's not going to happen, or at least that's not going to happen right now. Maybe it might take some time, a year or two. So in this time being, make sure that the goals you set are achievable. Right? I'll give you an example. You see, I had a friend back then. He aims high, he has big dreams, he wants to create a car which can fly. Well, I'm not saying that's not achievable, but in your university life, in your first year of college, if you want to set that goal as your priority, I'm telling you that's not going to work. You're going to waste a lot of time and you're going to miss out with so many other things, right? And the problem with him is that he always keeps changing his goal. That's another big problem. Whenever you set goal, make sure that the goal you set is clear, what you really want. If you want this for your semester, set it clear. And how long should you take to achieve this goal? Something which is achievable, something which is clear, something that you can do, in fact. Set those kind of goals, right? So once you have already set those kind of goals, make sure that you prioritize your goals according to the deadline. I'll give you another example. Let's say now you have a competition coming next week and you have an assignment due end of the month. Which one would you go on first? I will never tell any of my students to push aside the competition because you should prioritize your assignment. No such thing as that. You go to university, you do your assignment, you score well. Okay, that's one part of it. That's just one part of it. That's not the important thing. The important thing here is the experience that you're going to gain in this university life. And experience can be gained by joining competition, by joining tournaments, right? You go out there and play some games, or you enter some debate competition. Maybe it's a forum, maybe it's a storytelling competition, or maybe it's some sort of a camping, whatever it is. Please do join these kind of things. But the most important thing is prioritize things based on the timeline. If you have your assignment due next week and then you also want to join a competition which is going to be next week, in this situation you have to choose the assignment first, because that's going to contribute to your marks. If you don't do well in your assignment, you're going to resit for your exam. If you don't join the competition, that's still fine. Another competition will be coming up and you can still join that. So what's important here is prioritizing your goals based on time. You have to list down properly. You have to list down each and every one goal of yours and write the deadline by when you have to complete this, by when you have to finish this. So that's the only way that you can get things done on time and also get things going, right? So tips number 2, create a schedule. You see, this is so damn important to create a schedule. I had a friend back then, another friend. He always tried to keep things in his head. He always tries to keep things in. He don't like to write it down, or don't like to pin it up somewhere. So he always keep things in his head. Now I'm not saying this is not a good idea, but things will become much clearer. And as you write down the things in your piece of paper, you can look at it and you know what's going to happen, and you know when it's going to be done, when you have to complete such task, So please put it down on a paper, or at least your computer or your phone. Schedule your goals. Schedule your time properly. You can try to use some sort of a planner or a digital tool to put down your schedule, to write down your schedule. Because this is so important. When you're able to write down what you need to do accordingly in a proper schedule, you put, okay, right now Monday morning I'm going to do this, noon I'm going to do this, evening I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go to bed at this time, and then the next day. You see, when you do this, you can also understand the human limitation. You see, me myself, I have a very bad habit back then. I always come up with so many lists of things that I need to do, but the problem is that I put them down in a schedule and I try to compact things. I try to be delusional. I thought that I could finish everything within the time frame, but it's impossible. It's impossible. So when you actually put down your schedule, you write down, you will actually understand the human limitation. You will understand that you are able to do this. Be realistic. You will learn to be realistic. You see, if I have to record a video for my YouTube, let's say I'm planning to record 2 videos, maybe in a day. Well, that's realistic. Maybe 3. Okay, that's still fine. Maybe 4. Well, I should think about it. But if I go anything more than that, let's say I put down in my schedule, okay, I'm gonna record a video for my YouTube for the whole month in one day, and so I can rest the next day. That's bullshit. That's not gonna happen. That's not true. That's fake. Because human limitation will actually not allow me to do such a thing. Right? I might get tired, or maybe my video's quality might drop. I might not able to do the things that I want to do properly. Maybe that might affect my other schedule. You see, you want to get the most number of things done in a day, put it down in a schedule, right? It's always here. I have a friend, not a friend, it's like a teacher for me. I have very good people in my life, by the way. So I have a teacher or a friend, I would say. She always tells me this: it's better to do few things in a day and get things done than trying to do many things in a day and not get anything done. You see, let that sink in, and with that, let's go to the third tip. So the third tip would be learn to say no. I mean it. Learn to say no. Sometimes we try to be very ambitious and we try to say okay for everything, right? If you already put down things in your schedule, you know what you're going to do from Monday to Friday, and then suddenly something comes up in between, right? And suddenly, let's say a friend calls you, let's go for a dinner, maybe, and that's the time you're supposed to do your YouTube video, for example, or that's the time you're going to go for some hockey practice, but then your friend is calling you for a dinner. Or maybe you have a date, you want to go on a date with this beautiful girl or a handsome guy. But at that particular time, you already have something else committed on that time. So what are you going to do at this moment? Learn to say no. Simple as that. Learn to say no. You can still do that some other time. You can still put that in a schedule for the following week. And that's still possible. Because right now, you have already prioritized all your things in a schedule. Unless if, let's say, something very important comes up and you are willing to remove something off your schedule and put that in, well, by all means you should do that. And that's only if something which is very important, not for a date, not for a dinner, not for a lunch. You can still order from the Uber, you can still order from the Grab, you can still eat it at home, you can still cook. If let's say you want to eat just bread, okay, that's fine. But don't substitute the schedule that you already put down in your list and remove that and put something else just because that looks tempting. So please remember that. And with that, let's go to the next tip. Tip number 4. Learn to break down large tasks into simple steps. No, I mean it. Because you see, the problem with us is that most of the things that happens in our everyday life, it's actually just a single step. If you observe life properly, you want to climb up the big mountain, it all starts with a single step. A single step that you're taking, right? Even a biggest thing that you think that you might not achieve, like my friend I told you, right? Who wants to create a flying cars in his first year of university. Suppose if he had designed the steps properly, that he's going to take single step every single day, maybe that might take him another 4 years to complete, or maybe 5 years, or maybe a 10 years project, right? But whatever it is, it's a single step that matters. You must learn how to break down large tasks. No, I'll give you another example. Look at Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure you know this guy. He's sending rockets to the moon. He's sending rockets to the space. And he's doing it in a very low cost. I think almost 10th the cost of what NASA is doing. And the fascinating thing about this is that his rockets are reusable. It goes up, sends things, come down, and you can reuse them again. Never in history of mankind, even NASA had created something like this before. For the first time, Elon Musk had done it, and this guy aims really high. He wants to make humans an interplanetary species. You know what does that mean? It means that right now I'm in Earth, you might be in Mars, and I'm giving you a call. I said, hey, want to meet up for lunch? Okay, let's go to Jupiter for lunch, and we are flying all the way to Jupiter or some other planet. That's the big dream of Elon Musk. And you think that's achievable in a day? Guys, let me tell you, Rome was not built in a day, right? Rome was not built in a day. You cannot rush things and make things happen. If it's a big task, you learn to break that down into smaller ones, smaller steps that will actually or eventually bring you there. This is very important, right? If you have a big task, write it down and think of every possible way that's gonna bring you to that point and work on it. Work on it every single day till you reach there, okay? That's good. Now, let's go to the next tip. So, tip number 5, ladies and gentlemen, learn the power of embracing time blocking. Now, what does that mean, time blocking? You see, you want to make sure you get things done in a day. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you are not hyper focused on just one part of your life, right? You're not too focused on your education. Let's say you want to get a good result. So 24/7, you want to study and do questions and get along with your professors and try to get a good result. Okay, that's fine. But that's not healthy for you. When you go to university life, this is not what it meant to be. Maybe in school it's not like that. Maybe in school you're so focused in exam because you have to finish the public exam. But in university, most of the time, let me tell you, 90% of the time it's not like that. Yes, the final exam matters. Yes, assignment matters. But what matters more than that is the experience that you're going to gain. You see, me myself, I did my undergraduate degree in a university away from my home, right? I'm from Malaysia and I flew all the way to New Zealand in a beautiful town called Otago. And I studied in Dunedin, and I studied in this university called University of Otago. Now, this is a very beautiful university. I think, in fact, it's the oldest university in New Zealand. There are very good people, right? The university's management is very good, and the professors are very good. My friends there are very good. So when I went there to study, I thought something to myself. You see, I went all the way to New Zealand to finish my undergrad in psychology, which I could do for, I think, almost 10th the price here in Malaysia. 10 times cheaper in some of the local university here in my home country. I'm pretty much going to study the same thing, right? The theories, whatever I want to study from the book. I can even buy the book and study it myself. I don't need a degree for that. But still, why did I choose to go there? Are you ready? Simple. It's because of the experience. It's because of the experience. Literally, experience. That's it. Now, when I gone to University of Otago, I managed to gain so many experience. I managed to mingle with people from all around the world. I managed to mingle with some native New Zealand, some Maori people, Americans, Britons, English people, right? I had good friends from Saudi. I had good friends from India, from Sri Lanka, right? All over the world. And when I meet this kind of people and engage in activities with all of them, I learn about them. I learn about the culture. I learn about survival skills. I learn about their background. I learn about something unique from each and every one of them. And that's the important thing. I was in the Tamil Dunedin Society. We run a radio show. And I was hosting the radio show with this one good guy, one great man. His name is Lakshman. Right? He is a scientist basically in there. Right? So we tend to exchange a lot of ideas and we exchange a lot of stories. I learn a lot from him. Apart from my university, well, my classes are going on as normal. My professors are teaching me. I'm getting good results. No problem with that. I may not be the top student in my class. I may not get all a distinct, an A+ for everything. But at least I got something which is good enough for me to graduate. But more than that, I gained experience. And that's the most important thing, the most precious thing that I brought back home. I was in an organization called ISAC. ISAC is a youth-run organization under the United Nations. I was the president of ISAC from my university. And let me tell you, joining these sort of things, it really took my time a lot. I sometimes don't have enough time to study, but that's fine because I've already put it down in my schedule. I know that if I study this much, it's already enough for me to score a good result. I don't have to put in more time and try to get an A plus. That's not what I want. I want to make sure I get a good result here, at least an A or an A minus. And at the same time, I also want to do this. I want to do that. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. I want to be known for this, known for that. And that can only happen if I really embrace the power of time blocking. You got that? Okay, with that, let's go to the next point. The next point would be very important, not just for students, for everyone, even for me right now actually. Right, this is something that I really need, which is to minimize distractions. You see, distraction comes in all forms and in all ways. But in today's world, 99% of the distraction, you know where it comes from? You ready? Your phone. Your phone is the one. You are being distracted by your phone every single time. You know that thing pops out, ting, 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 all that sound that comes out from the phone. Suddenly you have a message in your WhatsApp. Somebody comments in your photo in your Instagram. Somebody likes your post in Facebook, Twitter, X, right? And all this kind of TikTok and so on and on and on. Suddenly you have Shopee popping up asking you to buy this, buy that. These are all goddamn distractions. Please get rid of them. Put your phone in silent. Make sure, you see what I always do, my hand automatically reaches out the phone, right? And this is pretty much normal. You know why? Because those guys sitting in the Silicon Valley designing all these phones, mobile phones and technologies, not just Silicon Valley, every other phone making companies, every other social media out there, their only work is to make sure that you are addicted to the phone, because only then they can earn money. They want you to be addicted to the phone, and I want you not to be addicted to the phone, not to be distracted by the phone. They want to distract you, and you have to put a stop to that, right? You see, when I always come to my office, I always sit in my desk. I will do these things. If something important and don't want my phone to distract me, I'll put my phone in silent. I'll keep my phone far away. You know why? Because it's, well, being a human, it'll be a little bit lazy for me to walk all the way here and reach my phone and come back here just to check something for a few seconds. So my brain will automatically say, let me just look at it some other time, or let me just look at it later. So with that, I can focus on my work and not on my phone. You got that? Okay, now let's go to the next point. My dear listeners, you want to have a good time management. You must learn to develop healthy habits. This is so important because in today's world, I've seen children or kids or even teenagers or even adults, they don't actually have good or healthy habits in their life. You see, right now, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? You check your phone. Distraction. That's the earlier point. The next thing you do, you go to bath and everything, and you have your meal, and you go to your class, and and then you come back home, and then you go to bed. That's it. Literally, your life is in a way that it's already programmed for you, right? You go here, you go there, you go here. But the point is, if this is a program that you didn't program it yourself, if let's say the external factors are making you to do it, it shows that your brain is not capable enough to control you, right? Your emotions are controlling your brain. That's why you're acting based on your emotions. You want to do things based on your emotions. You don't have control over yourself, which is very bad. And how do you get rid of this? One important way. Are you ready? Exercise. Engage in sports. Keep your body fit. Because the chemicals that's been releasing in your brain, trust me on this, I have a psychology degree, right? When you exercise or engage in a physical activity, your brain is releasing hormones, right? That will actually help you to manage your emotions. That will actually help you to say no to things which is not good for you. That will actually help you to stay a healthy life. So the healthy life starts from the exercise, and then it goes to your kitchen. The food that you eat, right? Right now we are eating all kind of rubbish. We are eating rubbish, literally rubbish. What do? You go to McDonald's, you grab a burger. That's rubbish. Trust me, it's rubbish. It's not healthy at all. You're ordering Coca-Cola, gas drinks. You know what? Are you ready to hear this? Your body is working 24/7, trying its best to get rid of carbon dioxide from your body. It's doing all the single thing that it can to get rid of carbon dioxide from your body, because your body recognizes carbon dioxide as something toxic. And then you spend money, go all the way to McDonald's, buy a Coca-Cola, or you go to the vending machine, you click here, click there, and you get a Coca-Cola can, or Sprite, or Pepsi, or any sort of a carbonated drink, and you drink it. You are killing yourself, right? You are killing yourself. This is very bad. You want to have a good time management, you have to stay healthy. Your body must be fit. You see, you must be capable of staying fit throughout the day. You know, you will have a lot of activities going on throughout the day. I'll give you an example. Look at Donald Trump, right? He's good or he's bad, that's a whole other thing to talk about. But one thing that I respect about Donald Trump, this guy is so damn fit. Just look at him. The other day, he went for this boxing match to get endorsement from the people there for his campaign. And he went there in the morning. He stayed there all the way till night. Taking pictures with his fans and talking and communicating and just being there, just making sure that his presence is affecting everybody's. Well, you can say that he's just doing that for his marketing. Well, yes, of course he's doing that for his marketing. I'm not denying that. But the thing is, he's still doing it. On the contrary, look at his opponent. The guy who's being the president right now, Joe Biden. No, I have nothing personal against Biden and Trump. I have no comments on their leadership or whatsoever. But I'm here talking about their behavior, their habits, their healthy habits. Look at Donald Trump and look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden is literally sleeping midway of some talk or some interview. I don't know what is that. Joe Biden cannot stand it. Joe Biden goes to bed early. Right? Trump stays all the way up until midnight because he wants to achieve his goal. And for that, he has to stay fit. He has to have healthy habits. And another quick fact for you. I don't know if you know this earlier, but if you don't know, listen to this carefully. Donald Trump never smokes, never drinks. He said it on record. You can check it out in YouTube. In an interview, he has mentioned this. He never drinks. And you are telling me that you should drink to manage your stress. What the hell stress do you have than him? He has way, way bigger stress than you. And he's not drinking and you're saying that you have stress. You don't know how to manage your time properly. So you feel stressed. So you want to smoke. You want to drink. I'm not going to buy into this nonsense. If you really care about yourself, if you really want to achieve something, quit smoking, quit drinking, eat healthy food, exercise, keep your body fit, meditate, keep your mind fit. This is what's going to help you. This is what's going to make you fit. This is what's going to make you a successful person. Do you get it? Okay, now let's go to the next tip. Tip number 9, review and adjust. You know why I'm saying that? Because let's say this one fine day, you wake up after listening to my video. The next day, you sit down and you write down all the things that you're going to do. You already have your schedule for 1 week. Fantastic. You're feeling so good, hyped up. You want to exercise. You want to say no to things. You have this, that all in place. Realistic goals. Everything is set up. Okay, now what's next? Next day, you wake up. You put it in your schedule that you're going to wake up at 6. But let's say you woke up at 6:30. So you couldn't do your exercise. So you have to skip your exercise and then you do something else. You see, what I'm saying is, it's really, really hard to follow your schedule. That's the fact. That's the truth. That's the reality. It's not easy. There will be times where you miss your schedule. When you miss your schedule, you know what 90% of people will do? Are you ready? They will give up. They think that it's not going to work. Oh, I've missed one of my schedule. Okay, I'm not going to follow the whole thing for the week. I'm just going to go something and their thought runs here, runs there, and then they go back to their old routine. It's very hard to change their whole routine because that's what you've been doing all the while. To adapt to your new routine, it takes time, it takes effort, and many times you'll fail. That's fine, that's okay. It's okay if you fail. Review back if this week you fail 1 or 2, that's fine. Or you fail 10 of it, that's good. Next week, the following week, review back, and you see what works and what doesn't work. And then you change your schedule a little bit to fit that. You see? Review and adapt. That's very important. Make sure you follow that. Now, let's go to the next point. The last one is my favorite. Seek support and balance. Dear listeners, this is so important because you cannot do anything without support. I have come across all these posts in Facebook and in social media, this kind of nonsense where teenagers go and write down is saying that it's my life, my rules, I don't care, I don't need anybody. That's bullshit. You need people. You are not alone, right? Even for you to survive right now, right? You are not just one single piece of organism. You have a lot of microorganisms living within you. You are relying on them and they are relying on you, right? We live in a mutualism term with other beings. The road that you are walking is built by someone. You're watching now this video on your internet or your phone is built by someone. You say you can have money. Yes, somebody give you the money. You did something for them. If that person didn't exist, you will not be able to do any of this. Right? So everybody around you matters. So make sure you communicate with them. Try to get some ideas with them. Try to get some support from the people around you. Like my students, most of them who in their university, if they have bad time, if they have stress or if they have any problem, they come back to me, they ask me. I'll try to help them out. If I cannot, I'll try to refer them to somebody else. And this is how you grow. This is how you grow mutually. This is how you're able to achieve your goals. You cannot achieve your goal being a self. Elon Musk didn't become the richest man on the planet being a self. He didn't just sit in his room and done everything in his room by himself. He relied on people. Bill Gates, anyone, Donald Trump, anyone that you can think of, everyone had a support. Everyone had somebody to help them, right? So please don't feel shy, or please don't feel frightened. Please don't have that ego saying that you will not go and seek support from anyone. That's bullshit. That's nonsense. You need support, right? Only then you can grow. Okay? And when that happens, make sure that you have gratitude towards them. Make sure that when you grow and become successful, you have gratitude towards the people who had helped you along the way. This is mankind. This is love, right? Okay, having said that, I hope that these 10 tips helped you. If you are not sure with anything, you can comment below and ask me, and I can help you further. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want me to talk on some other topic in my other videos, please comment below and I will talk on that. Okay? I love you guys. Let's make the world a better place, just like what Michael Jackson used to say. Make the world a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Thank you, and I'll see you again. Bye.